Hello, dear dears. Hello, hello, hello. Love you, just can't help it. Why might that be? Am I some special person? I think not. Love you, how can I honestly say that? I've questioned any thought, as far as I know, that would keep me from being connected to you, to love you, to see you as beautiful. Yeah, but then you just, ooh, that's a good one. I'll put that on paper and I'll question it. I could be right. Maybe you are guilty. I could be right. So I'm going to question it using these 4 questions and turnarounds. And so that's my life. Love is my life. Love is hygiene for the heart. That's what this self-inquiry we do together in this community that I'm so grateful for. Those of you new to the work, what we do in this community is we identify the cause of our suffering, what we're thinking and believing, the things that cause depression, alienation, fear. We move them from our head to paper, respectfully move them from our head to paper, and then we question them. We question them silently as a meditative practice in stillness. Ezra, honey, you have a question.
Hi.
Hi, Ezra.
I'm very new here, and so I watched your recording yesterday. Yeah, thank you. I'm kind of also embarrassed to be here because I should be knowing about all of this, but you know, the work is going on. So yeah, I don't think I'm really managing this. I tried with the worksheet. I know it's all about me, but I feel hurt. I feel hurt badly, and so my mind is telling me I cannot move forward unless, I cannot move forward and I cannot forgive, and I've been hurt, and as long as she's there, I cannot work with her.
So I would do a worksheet on her.
Yeah.
I would fill in a worksheet on her. Those of you new to the work today, the worksheet is always free on thework.com. You don't have to register, leave your name, nothing. You just it's yours. And you fill in that worksheet. There's 6 questions on it that ask you about what you're thinking and believing about her. And then you sit in self-inquiry with it. And self-inquiry is what we're doing here today. We question using those 4 questions and see what's true for us beyond the ego. And the ego could be right, so we're not at war with the ego. But we question it. We go beyond the ego. What the ego is thinking and believing. Anything that would cause fear is ego-driven. So I've got a strange thing going on here. Well, Keith, that's very strange. I don't know how to shut it up either. You know what I'm going to do? If you will all excuse me for a moment, I'm going to take it away. And it didn't mind at all. It didn't complain. It didn't protest. I set it down, seemed to be good with it. Oh, honey, so that's what I would do. I would judge her on that Judge Your Neighbor worksheet and then question it. And we have help for you in the comments section. If you ask, maybe an experienced facilitator would hop in and support you to do that.
And I tried to do like with she hurt me badly. And yeah.
So she hurt you badly. So what is the situation where she hurt you badly? What did she say do that hurt you badly?
Well, she forced another to exclude me. So I was excluded.
So she forced another to exclude you.
Yeah, she said, I'm not going to work with you with another unless she's not there. So she demanded that I will be not included so she can work with another who's depending on her.
Okay, so she forced another to exclude you.
Yeah.
Is it true? And those of you new to the work, the answer is one syllable. It's either yes or no. That's, this is an exercise in stillness.
Yeah.
It's a meditative process. Be there now. You could be right, but double check it.
Yeah, it's no, because he could say no also.
The because isn't self-inquiry. That's the old way. The answer is yes or no. All of you, when you move into justification, you're not doing this work, you're doing life the old way. This requires mindfulness and very open mind. The ego's gonna scream, it's gonna want to talk, but just get still. She forced another to exclude you. Is it true?
It's
No?
no.
My no was, no, this is just about yes or no. So you're a no?
It's a no.
Okay, so just feel that, honey. Just feel it. She forced another to exclude me. Now notice, honey, notice. Oh, good. I think you're onto something. And notice how you react, what happens to your life, your mental life, your physical life, your emotional life, when you think the thought, she forced that person to exclude me.
Well,
how do you react when you believe?
I feel angry.
There's more to it than that. What else? You get angry.
I get sad.
You get sad.
Yeah. And what you mean emotionally? What happens? Or even my thoughts?
What happens emotionally, physically, what you say, what you do, what happens when you think the thought, she forced another to exclude me.
Okay.
You described it. You were doing very well.
Yeah, I get confused because then it gets true to me when you say how it feels. Then it just gets true. It seems true.
Well, it's no different than what you've been experiencing since you first had the thought and found out about it. We're just examining it.
Yeah, it's just devastating. I feel hopeless. I feel like it's unjust. I just cannot tolerate injustice.
Okay, so be there now, remain there as we continue looking at this. Okay. Notice the images in your head of past and future when you're thinking the thought. Keith, my iPad just, let's see if it's honey, it's not working. Oh, it is now. Okay. Oh, miracle of miracles. When you believe the thought, she forced another to exclude me, and you're feeling that way, look at your life.
Well, it's all it's all freezing. I'm just in a fight mode. I want to force another to exclude her back in the future, so I can guarantee that I am safe and I will not be excluded again.
Wow, so you turned out to be an excluder.
Yeah.
Wow.
So to save the whole thing, I just exclude myself instead, because another cannot exclude. So I ended up
to exclude yourself.
excluding myself, yes.
Yeah.
Because for the future.
No,
so the future is
You see those images of the future? When you believe the thought, she forced another to exclude me, when you think that thought. So you just, what? Your life just as you knew it to be just stops? And I hear vengeance and getting even and going through your head. And she forced another to exclude me. Okay, now who would you be without the thought? Look at your life. Without the thought, she forced another to exclude me. Who would you be without that thought in your life?
I would be less harmful, or like not harmful, because I feel like I am harmful with this thought.
Yeah, less bitter.
Less bitter, less
Vengeful.
sad. Yeah.
Out in the world more.
Well, yeah, I'll be more confident giving my work to others. So now I'm just in doubt, because I see the duality in giving, talking about the truth and not being in truth.
Yeah, and this is not true for you. She forced another to exclude me. It's not true for you. I heard you say no.
Yeah, but the mind is reacting on it. Or like
and that's what we're looking at. We're not going into any kind of denial here. It's this work is the extreme opposite of that. She forced another to exclude me. Turn it around. She didn't force another to exclude me. Give me an example of how that might be true. How she did not force that person to.
Yeah, another had their own choice.
So just experience that.
I just feel even much more frustrated. It's like because another put the finger on her, and she puts the finger on him.
So now what we're into is a good old talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's don't question it. Let's talk about it. And let's talk about it until everyone knows I'm right. And people who don't understand that I'm right are not my friends. They just don't understand me. They just don't get it. So slow it down. She forced another to exclude me. I forced others to exclude her. So give me an example of where you have attempted to force another to exclude her.
Well, obviously for now, in the present moment, I have done that. So I can be included. Yeah. And yeah.
So you can see what you have in common with this person you see as an enemy.
Yeah, it's just I justify my act because I justify.
So you're just like her. She can justify hers also. You know, I don't expect the world to change. I just work on me. People can force or appear to force people to exclude me. And I see all the benefits to that. My life is quieter. I'm less talkative. I get more things done. It gives me more time to breathe, other activities like walking. I wake up happier. when I'm not believing she forced another to exclude me. And I take a look at myself. I forced other people to exclude her. So there's one less. Oh my goodness. One less forceful human being in the world, and I'm that. One less person trying to force people to believe what I believe.
I know, I get it. And so I excluded myself instead. For the future, I just say, thank you, I'm exiting. But inside me, I'm not exiting. Inside me, I'm still frustrated.
Then you're not living honestly.
How would that be, to live honestly?
Well, I'd need a full worksheet from you. All the directions are there. We questioned them, and then the turnarounds are living turnarounds. So all the direction I need to live this newfound honest life when it comes to them that forced another to exclude me, to that opposition of me, I live a full life. And I'm grateful that they excluded me. It frees me up for wiser company.
So I
Wiser
started.
company is kinder company. You know, sweetie, this is just one, for all of us, one belief at a time, the way we're doing it. There is a lot to unpack there, just that, if you can meditate in it. And Ezra, you've done really well. You have the gift of integrity. You answered the question. For me, that's a huge act of humility. So you have what it takes to do this work for sure. And you have what it takes to stop excluding others, understanding how hurtful it can be and how lonely. But if you do an entire Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, there are directions there after you question and you turn those things around.
Yeah.
It'll give you a life that, I mean, you won't even want to hang out with people like that. And you become a person that they want to hang out with. And then it can all make sense together. I'm not saying this will happen, but I can tell you in my life it does. But I can't control other people's minds or grudges. I just work with one mind, my own. Where am I holding a grudge? Oh, that's like saying, where do I imprison myself as I believe my thoughts? It really is the truth that sets us free. And honey, I just love that you would continue with filling in your worksheet and set yourself free, because those people that are excluding you or forcing people to exclude you, you know, they're fine in life. You know, who knows? But let's just say you're not until you get this straightened away inside of you. And no friend can give you that. Friends die, they change their mind, they go away, they move, they're too busy, but you are the one you live with. You're the one you wake up with. You're the one that you live with throughout the day. You're the one you go to sleep with. So make friends with who you are.
It's like I can see how everything is not completely truth. Like when I did, can I entirely be sure about that and so on? Can I entirely know? Like I can see the answers unfolding, but somehow the energy is in my body still.
Yeah, so you need to fill in a whole worksheet, not just one. not just one concept, but fill in an entire worksheet 1 through 6. They're just 6 questions there to answer. And you answered number 1, and you've done really well with it. Your mind is open, and your ego wants to just, be right occasionally, and yet it opens. That's a gift. That's a great gift. There are a lot of people that would just hang up right now, just say, she doesn't understand, and hang up. But here you are. Thank you, Ezra.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Anita, honey, you have a question.
Yes. Hi.
Hi, Anita.
When I wake up in the morning, I am angry with myself because I feel like a failure, because sometimes I don't know who I am, what I want to do in my life. And it's like I Googled it, and I think it's like an identity crisis. And I just wonder how I can work with this.
Well, let's just imagine you're waking up. Okay, you're waking up and you have the thought, I'm a failure. Okay. So be there now, in bed, waking up. That thought hits your brain. The ego just throws that at you. You're a failure. Is it true? Let's question that thought. Let's question the ego's offering for the morning.
No, no, it's not true.
Okay, so now feel that no. Be in bed. You're a failure. Is it true? I hear your no.
No, it's not true. I'm not a failure.
Now notice how you react in bed when you think the thought, I'm a failure. Notice what happens, how you react, those images of past, future. Notice, and the emotional. Notice the emotions, those images of past, future. When you think the thought, I'm a failure, and you just woke up.
Yeah, it feels empty inside.
And look at the images of past, future.
Yeah, fear of the future.
Who wants to get out of bed when all we see is that in our head? The ego is proof that you're a failure. And now, waking up, be there now in bed, waking up. Who would you be without the thought, I'm a failure?
I would feel, I would be optimistic and feel good about myself, I suppose.
So let's test it. Be there now without the thought, I'm a failure. Look at the ceiling. Is it falling in on you?
No, not yet.
No. And is the bed complaining? You haven't thanked me for holding you all night?
No.
No. And the air you breathe that you do nothing for, is it complaining? You didn't thank me. I'm a failure. You don't appreciate me. I'm a failure. No, the air isn't doing that. Just being what it is. The walls are still standing. They're not saying, you don't see me, you don't appreciate me. I'm holding up the roof. And you're just busy thinking about, I'm a failure, I'm a failure. And look at me, look around.
Yeah, there is some support around me, but I'm like, yeah, not able to see it or feel it.
Yeah, you're busy. Your ego's busy showing you you're a failure. Images of past and future. That's the trance. That's a trance. That's not you. You see, in the past and future, that's a trance. You can't even take you out of your head and look at you. It's a trance. That's not you.
So who is that inside my head?
It's ego, it's mind, it's identity, it's the ego's attempt to live. It's a state of mind that wants to be object. I am. But it's not, it's a state of mind. That is not you and that image of past and future. I'm a failure, turned around, I'm a success. We're finding opposites, I'm a success. Give me an example.
I am clever at doing many things.
Wow.
I am social and intelligent social, I suppose.
Well, don't suppose. Get honest with yourself. You're the only one that lay in bed with you. Or lie, I think.
I lied, yeah.
Well, I mean, lay or lie. I get those.
Yeah, no, I am good with people, and I could be better with myself.
Yeah, you're a people. You could give you fair play.
Yeah. It's like I'm not my own friend. So.
No, you wake up just, I'm a failure, and then you believe it, and then you just, and the depression and the difficulty getting out of bed, and it just zaps energy. Those images in your head. The ego has to offer up images in your head of past, future to prove that it's true, you're a failure. But those images, those are states of mind, and they're not real.
But why doesn't my ego offer up, instead of negative ideas, it could offer up positive ideas?
It does, but it needs room. And when you're believing one, it's hard to find room, especially if you've been believing I'm a failure for quite a while. Or just believing it. Time has no relevance. You're believing it or you're questioning it.
I think it's because I avoid making some life choices, and because of that, it makes me feel bad about myself.
Well, it just shows I'm a failure. It's proof you're a failure as you lay in bed. But turn around, I'm a success. So tell us again more slowly. In bed, try it on, I'm a success. Number one, you're doing your work.
I'm a success. I am good with myself and I'm good with other people. I am not a failure.
Proof. More proof.
I can do very many things very diligently, and I have done many things very successfully throughout my life and continuously. Yeah.
You know, it really is the truth that's setting you free.
You
think that I'm a failure, the ego offers up all the proof, and you're lost. You're lost. Everything from depression to, for some of us, suicide. All over a state of mind.
It's strange also how it happened in the morning, but throughout the day it becomes better. What is it about the morning for me?
Well, you start out, the ego offers up, I'm a failure. And then throughout the day, the life you're living proves you're not.
Mm.
So you're up against facts.
Yeah.
You know how to
So
pour coffee.
it means I'm lying to myself in a way.
In a big way.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think the thought, I'm a failure, and it doesn't say here and here, but not there. You think the thought the ego offers up, you're a failure, shows you the images of past, future, and it's like sitting in a movie and you are the subject and the ego is just taking it over. But that's not you, that's imagination. That image of you in your head of past, that's imagination.
Yeah, it's not true. Yeah, that's interesting.
It is. Tomorrow morning, you could wake up and think the thought, I'm a failure, laugh, get up, and have a great day.
Yeah. You know, I wanted to be like Donald Trump, who goes to bed every night feeling he is like the #1 person in the world. This is how I would like to feel, like him, because I'm sure he feels like that when he goes to
Well,
bed.
you're sure he feels like that, but you don't know.
No, I don't know, actually.
You don't know. You can't know what another person is thinking or believing. No matter what they say or do, you can't know. The only person that you can know is yourself. And we don't even know ourselves other than like just enlightenment or just questioning one belief at a time, which is the enlightening process.
Mm-hmm.
You were a failure to you, and now you're not. That's a shift in identity. Just imagine if you did a full worksheet.
Yeah, how can I do the worksheet on if I'm angry with myself because I have an identity crisis?
Well, no, I would just judge. I would invite you to do what I do and have done since I put this work from my head to paper. It is to just one worksheet a day.
Mm.
And I wouldn't design the worksheet to do anything but to relieve suffering or anything that would separate me from the human race. This work is about the end of fear. It's about the end of crazy. It's about the end of separation. Like when you wake up believing I'm a failure, then you've become your own worst enemy. And the ego offers up all the proof you're a failure, but it doesn't offer up all the reality that exists there. Like I'm a failure. There are a lot of things I can't do in life, but other people have got that covered. That's what is so beautiful about the human race. And then some of it I've got covered along with a lot of other people. But the thing I appreciate most about my life is self-inquiry. That is a way of saying the thing I most appreciate in my life is freedom from suffering. It leaves me free in this world to be a citizen of this, a sane citizen of this world.
Yeah. So, you can judge someone else very harshly, but I think for my part, I'm judging myself the worst. So that makes sense, what you're saying. Yeah. Just to be a human being. We don't have to have so strong demands always on ourselves.
Just to be a loving, caring, contributing human being.
Okay.
It's not a just. It's a big. I'm a loving human being, but look at them and look what they said. And look, that's not a loving, caring human being. That's not me, loving, caring. Those people that do those terrible things, if I believed what they believed, I'd have to do the same. How could I not?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I have to think take this more into action.
Yeah. If you need help, those worksheets are at thework.com. And also, all of you, there's a 99-cent app. All 3 worksheets are there. The One Belief at a Time worksheet, and the I Complain About worksheet, and the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, honey. You're not alone. Okay, so Nicole.
Hi,
Hi,
Katie.
Nicole.
Hi. So happy to be here with you.
Thank you.
I have a question, which is kind of really similar to what Anita just said. So I have been doing the work mostly on other people, the Judge Your Neighbor, but the thought that is recurring and that is always on the back of my mind and that I have tried to work with is something like there is something intrinsically wrong with me. Sometimes I project that in a
And what is your definition of intrinsic? Like something that you cannot change? It's just there and you can do nothing about it?
yeah, it's as if in my core something like being defective or
Effective.
but
So-
there is something that is causing this thought to happen more, which is for the last years I have been having a lot of insomnia and problem sleeping and having to take medications and everything, and so this thought is reinforced by that. It's kind of it's a proof.
Yeah.
But it's happening now. It's a proof that it's real, and it's a fact that there is something intrinsically wrong with me, that I'm defective, and yeah.
Okay, so you're defective. There's something wrong with you. You're defective. There's something wrong with you. You're defective. Is it true?
Not sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
There is something wrong with you. Is it true?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's crazy. I have been thinking that for so long, and
Yeah, it's something to ponder. There's something wrong with me. Is it true? Notice how you react. Notice what happens when you think the thought. There's something intrinsically wrong with me. Notice what happens when you think that thought.
I suffer so much.
And when you're suffering, how do you react? What does that look like? What are you saying? What are you doing? Are you depressed? Are you going to bed during the day? Are you having trouble getting up? Are you drinking? Are you using? Notice how you react when you think the thought, there's something intrinsically wrong with me, something I can't change.
Feel desperate, hopeless. I have so much anxiety. I cannot sleep. I compare myself with everyone, and I feel depressed and panic. It's a torture, yeah, basically.
Yeah, a torture chamber. Gosh, Keith, I wish that this iPad worked. You know, it does, but it just keeps flipping off and maybe you can fix it from there. In the meantime, we'll just go on. Okay, Nicole. Imagine your life without the thought, there's something intrinsically wrong with me. Notice you're trying to go to sleep at night and you can't. You can't, and you didn't the night before, the night before, the night before, the night before. Notice, who would you be without the thought, there's something intrinsically wrong with me? And notice your life throughout the day without the thought, even though maybe you didn't sleep the last 3 nights in a row. Who are you living your life without the thought, there's something intrinsically wrong with me? Did you go to the bathroom today?
Yeah.
There's something intrinsically right about you. Did you brush your teeth?
Yeah, I did.
Something intrinsically right about you. See, we're not trying to beat the ego. This is not a contest. It's the truth that sets us free. There's something wrong with you emotionally, intrinsically wrong with you emotionally. Is it true? Look at you right now. No, you look exactly like I would look if I were believing the same thing, more or less in my own way. There's something intrinsically right about me. Continue the list. Did you eat something?
Yes.
There's something intrinsically right with you. And you tuned in to our time together today. There's something intrinsically right about you.
But even if I still cannot sleep, doesn't really mean that
You think and believing if I can't sleep, I'd be doing worksheets or something, maybe watching television way too late and have a hard morning the next day. I don't know. I don't know. But I do know there's something intrinsically right about you. You're functioning. And I know the difference. I was so non-functioning. I just don't want anyone in the world to have to go through that.
But sometimes I'm not functioning as well.
You know, there was something intrinsically wrong with me too. I was believing my thoughts. What is it you want to do in life? Sleep? You can't sleep. For me, I do worksheets. Because there's a sleep when you're sleeping, and there's a sleep when you are believing your thoughts. That is sleep. We're asleep. We're in the ego's world. There's nothing there but false I. Notice when you can't sleep, when you think the thought, there's something intrinsically wrong with me. I can't sleep. Notice what else goes on in your head. Those images of past, future in your head.
Think I'm gonna be alone because who's gonna want to be with me with all this going on? And
Notice those images. You see someone interested in you and you can't sleep, and there's something intrinsically wrong with you, and it's a great relationship and it starts falling apart because there's something intrinsically wrong with you. And that's what you're in bed with at night. Just a taste of it. So be there in your bed without the thought, there's something intrinsically wrong with me. And just focus on your breath. And no, you can't sleep. That's true in that situation. But who would you be without the thought, there's something intrinsically wrong with me?
I would feel light. I would feel hope. I would feel,
You know, I have a term for that. It's called resting. It's restful. And maybe you
It's
fall
not
asleep
true.
in it. Maybe you fall asleep in it. Maybe you don't, but it's restful.
So the belief that I think has existed my whole life, which is there is something intrinsically wrong with me and I'm defective. The beliefs, they are not true.
100% not true. What did you accomplish today so far? You brushed your teeth, you got out of bed, and for some of us, that's a big deal. What else? You got dressed.
I got dressed. I found the courage to be here today, even though I'm terrified of being live and I
For people like you and me, just live in worksheets and take that integrity, you know, that integrity that you've got. Oh my goodness, honey. It will take you into a world that you don't seem to have met yet. I'm hearing from you. You've been believing this since you were just a little. Oh, honey.
know.
There's something intrinsically right with me, beautiful with me. Give me an example. There's something intrinsically right with me. Number one, you hopped into this community this morning. with as much courage as I've ever seen in anyone. And you're vulnerable. How many of us can say that? That precious vulnerability. That's power, your own. It's a gift.
So when this belief comes up again, because I have been doing also the work in this with this belief, of course, many times already. But this is the first time that I think that something, I don't know, it was deeper. And so
What do you want?
Yeah, should I be doing this like every day on the work?
Oh heavens, yes. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't say that with such emphasis put on it if I hadn't required that. I had the gift of seeing everything so clearly. I put together this Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, the 4 questions, all of it, just boom, 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 from my head to paper, of what it was like on that floor. Why? For me. Should I ever forget, there's a way back. So this is my work. There's a way back. And what we're thinking and believing is the way out of self-realization, not in, but questioning it gives all of us equal opportunity to experience the cause of all suffering and how to end it. In other words, enlightenment. So you were believing there's something intrinsically wrong with you. And sitting together in our time together, you experienced something else. And you don't feel like you're quite there yet. But this has been a part of your mental makeup for most of your life. So it's a trance. Don't expect to break it without 1 through 6 on the worksheet. Over and over, and just a worksheet a day. That's what I did. It allows me to be here with you after all these years.
Then I would do a worksheet with the specific reason.
Oh, I would do the worksheet first on who go back to the first time as closely as you can get, where you had the thought there's something intrinsically wrong with me, and who said that, or who said something that would lead you to believe that there's something wrong with you. Who was that, and when was it? How old were you?
It was my mother. I think there were many actions and things that were said that implied or made me come to this conclusion. And
So did your mother say there's something wrong with you? Did she ever say that? What did she say that would lead you to believe there's something hopelessly wrong with you?
I think maybe indirectly or
Yeah, because your mother could say something and then your ego just when what she really means is, or the thought just came, but she didn't actually say it. It's a conclusion you found yourself. So far, it seems that no one has ever said there's something intrinsically wrong with you other than you.
My mother once said that when I did something, she said, "Oh, like you're a little pig." And then I think I concluded, and other stuff that were said, but yeah, but this I
So
think was
make a list. Make a list. Mother said, "You're a little pig." Mother said, and just go back in your memory, and you can add other people to that list, not just mother.
and ask, does it mean that there is something wrong? Because she said that, does it mean that there is something wrong with me? Question that.
Yeah. Or that's how you react when you believe the thought. Those images of her saying things like that come up in your head. And you become aware of, no one has ever said that about you or to you that you can recall. And I would question, one belief at a time. What did your mother say? I'm a little pig.
You're a little bit.
Okay, I would question that. Go back to that situation where she said so. I'm a little pig. Is it true? Your mother said so. So go back and see for yourself. Your mother can't know your internal life. I hope this all helps all of you to, ways of discovering where your worksheets are. I like to go back to my earliest memory and just work all the way up. And then life will give me what I've missed. When it comes to life, some of us live in the grave as though we're in a grave, and it's so heavy and it's so such torture. But you can find your way out of that darkness. It takes a very open mind to do this work. An open mind is the greatest gift. Oh, my poor iPad. Oh, sweetie.
Thank you so much, Katie.
Is there something intrinsically wrong with you? Is there something intrinsically wrong about you? Where's your proof?
It's a feeling, but there, other than this feeling, I think that
You can't have a feeling without images in your head of past and future. We have to see that and have like the name, the words, and the image. And then you believe or you question it. And then the next time it appears, you don't believe it. Eventually, you can't even see it because the ego doesn't offer it up anymore. It's lost its power there.
so strange. I mean, in a good way, I would for sure say yes before. Now I'm not sure. There is something intrinsically wrong with me.
How do you react when you believe the thought? You don't have to do anything. You can take the easy way out of everything. And for someone as lovely and smart and wise as you are, that's like a minefield. It's complete denial of everything you are. You don't step out and you don't step up. And then your mind says, well, there's something intrinsically wrong with me. And it becomes an excuse not to live. This is not a little thing we do together.
And also the mind. Which
Oh, sweetie, you're cutting out. Oh. Okay, Nicole, honey, it seems we lost you, but you have a lot to work on now, and I hope it's given others of you something to look at. You know, it's like there's intrinsically something wrong with me. Like I can't do it. There's something wrong with me. What's the use? And all those things kind of add up to that. Okay, so I see Hannah, your hand is up, honey. Hassan?
Hello, Katie.
Hello, Hassan.
I just wanted to say it sounds almost exactly like the same story I have.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So it's very funny to see the same story repeating
Yeah,
and same questions being asked.
yeah, that you're not alone. Yeah,
I see that now.
yeah, I'm so glad, you know, the thought, I can't do it. It's like such a relief. Why? Because we see images of how hard it would be to do it, or how we don't have time to do it, or how, you know, what a hole the ego buries us into and the ego, those of you new to the work, is nothing more than an image and the thoughts you're believing onto the image in your head of past, future. It's a trance. This world is a trance.
But it feels so intense a lot of times when I feel like I believe it. It's so intense. And I can't help but believe it's real.
Yeah, yeah, because all the players are there, mother, father, sister, brother, friends, wife, children, it's all there. You know, it's all there. The ego just pops it in there. The ego's life depends on it. Just pops in those images, and what we believe fit with the images, and you know, I'm just describing the cause of the topic we seem to be on today. There's intrinsically something wrong with me.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. Okay, dears. Well, our plan, thanks to your contributions, are to be here every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And so our plan is to be here tomorrow. And Thank you all for something beautiful. And those of you brave dears that raise your hand, oh, you're so not alone. You are so not alone. Thank you for something beautiful.